Hi, this is Deepa. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll learn about dynamic initialization of a variable. In the previous video, we have seen that what is meant by variable, how to declare the variable and how to initialize the variable. Now we'll study dynamic initialization of a variable. So what is the difference between initialization of variable and dynamic initialization of a variable? We'll understand that first. So initialization of a variable means we initialize the value at the compile time, and dynamic initialization of variable means initialization of a variable at a runtime. The dynamic initialization is used in the object oriented programming. You can see the examples below. Int a is equals to 5, b is equals to 9. In the example, we have declared variable a and variable b as a type of integer variable and which are initialized there itself. In the second line, you can see int sum is equals to a plus b. It means the sum is a variable we have initialized at the runtime and not at the compile time. When this statement get executed at the runtime, then only the value of a plus b will get calculated and will be assigned to this variable sum. So that is the reason it's called dynamic initialization. Right now we don't know what is the value of sum. Let's have a practical demo on dynamic initialization of a variable. So we'll add comment here. Dynamic initialization of variable in short. So in this we'll try to write down two variables. Int a is equals to 88, b is equals to 66. So what we have done over here is a and b are the variables. We have declared and initialized them in a same line. So when we define, this is done. Now what we'll do, int sum is equals to a plus b. See out sum is, and we'll return 0. So these are we called static initialization of variable, and this is called dynamic of variable. And we have discussed why we call the above two variables are static initialization of variable and why sum is called dynamic variable of initialization. Once again I will explain you. When we declare any variable and assign value at the same place, these are called static variables. You can see these are the static initialization of a variables where we know this what are the values of a and b. But unless and until we are not calculating this sum, we don't know what is the value of a sum. When at the time of execution, the value of this will get calculated and will get assigned to this variable. That is the reason it is called dynamic initialization of variable. Means we don't know what will be the value of sum right now while writing the program. So compile and run this program. You can see here the sum is 154. So this is the difference between static and dynamic initialization. Now we'll take one more example where we'll define two variables, int num1 comma num2. We have only declared here, we have not initialized them. And now we'll ask user to enter values for these variables. We have learned this cout, stream insertion operator, and then we'll say enter two numbers. So when user enters two numbers, we need to capture these two numbers using cin, and this is a stream extraction operator, and then we can write down num1, again one extraction operator, for the num2. Now what we'll do is int sum is equals to num1 plus num1 plus num2. Now this is one more example where now you tell me, do you know the value of num1 and num2? We don't know. Again, do you know the value of sum? We don't know. So these values of num1, num2 and sum will get assigned at the runtime. So that is called dynamic initialization. So we'll run this program. So you can see here, enter two numbers. So we'll enter two numbers. These are the 22 and 33. The value 22 will get assigned to this variable and value of 33 will get assigned into this variable num2. So this is happening at the runtime, and we can see that the sum of these two variables is 55. Value of these three variables is get assigned at the runtime. So these are the dynamic initialization. I hope this is clear to you, and if it is not clear, let me know in the comments so I will help you out. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and subscribe it. Thank you.